Welcome to you Multicultural channel. Today at the Newcomers Network, I am sharing with Ali Hashmi. He's a wonderful instructor in different educational institutions here in Manitoba. Hi, Ali.
Hi, Jhoceline. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Very happy to have you here.
Thank you for the invite. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. You know, I always think as an international student, I experience different changes. So I imagine about your changes as a professor, as an instructor. So before we start, I would like you to introduce yourself and tell our audience about you.
Well, I'm Ali Hashmi, like you have already mentioned that. So I work for different academic institutions, and I'm also a public servant. And I have some years of experience in terms of instruction. And it has been part of my life. I love to instruct. I love to interact with the students. And it has been and it will be my passion. So I really enjoy this experience.
You said some years.
Mm-hmm.
How many years?
Well, I think I won't say the number, but it's quite a bit.
So how was that change from your perspective? From teaching in a country which most of the people are from different cultures and maybe different methodology, did you experience any change when you started working here as an instructor?
Change is part of transition. So I think it is always there because I believe in adapt, learn, and reflect. Those three pieces has been part of my change management strategy. So yes, there is always something to learn. You always learn from your experience. You learn from people. You learn from students. And technology, content, everything is changing. So you are part of this evolving process. So yes, this experience has been a very enriching experience, but I had to go through training. I had to go through updating some information. I had to work on a couple of things because being culturally sensitive, this is also very important in this process. So I'm very grateful that I had this opportunity here in Canada to teach in different academic institutions and interact with the students.
Yeah, that's great. I remember that it was very impactful for me when I started at university here because, for example, I didn't understand feedback because we are used to a different feedback in my country. And, for example, the assignment sometimes. So because of our audience, it's usually newcomers or immigrants, they are wondering what to expect as an international student. What do you think a person who is watching this video from abroad and it's planning to come as an international student, what should that person expect? Based in your opinion, because I understand every instructor is different, but what should that person expect?
You have asked a wonderful question, and I would try to cover it. But first of all, it's to set your goals and real expectations. What are you looking for? Understand the importance of education here in Canada and understand that this content will help you to reach your goals. So this is very important to sit down and go through this process of understanding your expectations and your goals. So I will say that the students, when they come to Canada and they want to study here in academic institutions, okay, this is a very enriching process. So it will be great, okay, that if you can prioritize your things, even your schedule, your work, it's a balanced approach. So try to understand, this is my goal, this is my priority. So I have to work on it. And I have to prepare myself physically and mentally, okay, to give 100% so I can understand and align everything with my goals and my expectations and what are my future signposts. Okay, what is there? What I'm looking for? Do I need a designation here once I finish? How I'm going to use those studies? So this is something very important. What I will say is that please go through this reflection process. Sit down and work on your goals. And then once you come here, it's important to understand your course content, your course mates, your professors. There are workshops, there are induction ceremonies, there are lots of resources out there that sometimes when I ask some students, okay, do you know those resources that are available for you? And sometimes the answers are not that positive. So it would be another great idea to explore everything what is available for you and use it. And I think using this toolbox that is there from all the academic institutions to see you successful and choosing the correct tool, that will add a lot of value in terms of your success. And how do you define your success?
Yeah. And when you mention the designations, this is important to know. For example, I didn't know about it, and I didn't prepare myself for that when I finished university. Maybe because I was focused in something else, but let's imagine I wanted to do it. I didn't have that much information about it and about the resources too. Yeah, and something also that I think would be a challenge, it's that sometimes when people are coming as international students, they are coming because they would like to have this opportunity as a long term. So staying in Canada, sometimes they come with family, or they are stressed because of the money, they're spending money, or they are experiencing the seasonal depression, struggling with mental health issues, maybe missing their families. So these are things that might affect them academically. Have you experienced that with your students? Not you, but have you support or noticed in your students? Or, I don't know, have you had the opportunity to support your students with that?
It's another great observation, Jhoceline. I think this is to look for a balanced approach, because always there are obstacles, there are hurdles. For example, cultural shock. For example, cultural awareness. Financial strains, like you have mentioned, okay? Family issues, or any other aspect that can directly impact your academic achievements. So, yes, I have seen so many students that they go through this process, they struggle, but what I really like is what I have already mentioned, that there are resources there. It's sometimes sit down, understand, work on your goals, look for mentorship, connect with your classmates, connect with the professors, connect with the academic support staff, okay? Everybody's there to support you. But sometimes it's to sit down and see who can help me in this phase. And not only health and safety, also the academic, for example, formats, how to do the assignments correctly, or interaction with the classmates, or cultural awareness and asking questions. So there are so many things, okay? I think this is a very good exercise to sit down, okay, and look at your surroundings, connect with people. So that's why we really highlight the networking aspect. But networking has to be meaningful, okay? Connect and sustain. So once I will share an example with you. So I asked my students, okay, can you please mention 2 references, like 2 people that you would like to provide their names for a reference? I said, oh, we don't have. So it means we need to connect. So there are a couple of exercises that we have to go through. That what is missing, what can I add? So this toolbox that I mentioned, okay, we have to go on adding correct tools. And this is okay that if you don't have a correct tool, but you can identify on the way that what can I use to make this experience here in Canada a wonderful one and also spend an impactful life, okay, then going back to the society. So there are so many good pieces there. And I think that Canada is the right place. And the academic institutions, they provide you all the tools. Identify them, learn how to use them, and get the best out of it.
Yeah, and this is something that always comes up in every episode. All my guests comes up with the same thing, networking. What kinds of activities are usually universities hosting for, or colleges for students to increase networking?
Number of activities there for the students, okay, including, I will mention some. For example, the workshops, career fairs, volunteering opportunities on campus and off campus. Okay, so sometimes it's not only about job, it's also look for your options there. Okay, so those are there. Plus, we have also guest speakers when they come. Okay, you can also connect. So there are so many opportunities there. Okay, sometimes there are workshops on even mental health. Okay, or how to achieve good grades, even on academic integrity. That is a very important aspect of your student journey. So yes, there are a couple of things that you can do, and also the volunteering option. This is another thing that is always there, okay, that you can use to connect with people. So first of all, use on-campus tools, provided by the universities. And then after, you can also go out, connect with people, and look for example, places where they can volunteer and get some experience, hands-on experience. We always have guest speakers, okay, try to connect with your professors, connect with your classmates, okay, so build your networking community. And then after, you can also see who is going to add value there. I can say I had wonderful mentors in my life, okay, that they have added a lot, and I'm grateful. But we have to go. We have to ask. We have to discuss. We have to look for the roadmap, okay, and how to. This is a step-by-step process. There is no one formula out there, okay? Oh, I will find a great job and great salary at once. There is no easy thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and how do you define this easy thing? And there's no difficult thing. But you have to go through this road. You have to go on. You have to stop sometimes to do that reflection, okay, that, well, I have added this value. Now I have time, okay, to go back a little bit. And be grateful to people who are around you, and they have added something in your success.
Yeah, and nurture those relationships.
For sure.
When you mentioned the professors or the instructors, this week I was chatting with one of my previous instructors from university, and she told me, I never forget that time that you said, and she mentioned something, and I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. And we have been in contact. I have been nurturing not only this relationship, but other relationships. Hi, how are you? I'm just checking on you. I'm always thinking about you. I hope you're doing good. I click, for example, on LinkedIn. Congratulations, because you're getting a different job, because we never know. And sometimes those instructors at university, we don't know if in the future we will be working together.
Keep the doors open.
Yes. I would also mention connecting with other communities, because sometimes we feel very comfortable with other students who speak the same language, or which we have things in common, but that relationship with other students is going to be very helpful for them.
I agree, because that's why I mentioned cultural awareness. Okay, you connect. And that's funny, okay, but I have always used food to connect with people, okay? It's a common thing, okay? Like in Winnipeg, you talk about weather. That is something that is always there. So food has a common connection. So then after you have other topics, okay, to learn about. So bring your knowledge, but also share with others respect. So this awareness will give you handful information of how to be included in any community or at any workplace or with any group. People here, they're there to help you. So talk, share, use the knowledge and information, and add value.
Yeah. And right now you are studying, but in the future you will be working with people from different cultures. So I think let's start practicing at school, no?
For sure.
Ali, there's something that I have noticed, and it calls my attention because sometimes I see brilliant students and they end up working in professions that I think, but they should be doing something different. Why does that happen? I don't want to say that working in a fast food place is something bad, but I think they should be working somewhere. They have the possibility, they have the skills to get different jobs. Do you think it's something that happens very frequent, or why do you think that happens?
I will not go in statistics or numbers, okay? But the numbers are positive numbers. Most of the students, they land good jobs. Now, I will say that this is a very important process, that sit down and look at yourself. What are you missing? My effective written and verbal communication skills? At what level? Do I need to add? Do I need to understand Canadian resume building pieces? Do I have to work on my soft and hard skills? Do I have to work on any other aspect that will add value? Sometimes we focus a lot on resume building, but we have another step, that is the interview. So resume will take you to this call. Are you available for an interview? But there's another process, because now you have to showcase your skills and your knowledge and your experience. So it is a combination of different aspects. So I will say that this little analysis of reality check. Okay. Oh, I'm bringing a lot. That's great. But do I still need that here? Do I have to mention it in my resume? This is another thing. Okay. Or I'm just adding everything in my resume and I'm not customizing it. Okay. If I'm using the keywords, or what is the action plan, or simple thing that if I'm using this situation, task, action and result type strategy, and then after you see, okay, well, I'm missing this. So it's a never-ending process. It's not about achieving one goal. It's about adding step-by-step progression to your career, to your personal and professional growth. What are the needs of the market? Am I evolving with the market? Am I adding other stuff, or I'm still stuck with what I used to do? Or the studies or the education that I'm acquiring now, am I really understanding? How can I apply it practically? So this is like, I think it would be great, to make a questionnaire, to sit down, and see, I'm missing this. Mostly, I will say we have to work on our communication skills. Okay. Then after, all of us, we write emails now. Okay. Just look at it. Okay. My comprehension. Okay. And my soft skills. How can I connect with people? Can I work in a team very well? Okay. Can I provide feedback? Okay. Can I receive feedback?
Feedback. Canadian feedback.
Well, that is...
It's different. We provide feedback in a different way. Culturally. Me.
Well, yes.
I'm getting used to it.
Well, I will say I really like that feedback because it's constructive.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's not such a thing of you don't know how to do.
Yeah.
This is of you have an opportunity to learn. So that's a wonderful way to engage that person. It's not about that the job is not done.
Oh.
It's how can you do this job in a better way? So this is, I understand your point. Sometimes back home, the feedback is a little different. Okay. But it works very well here in Canada. I love that piece, because it's always about being positive.
Yeah.
Okay. I can show you if you do not know. Please ask questions. Okay. So keeping this type of environment, it's positive. There is a positive impact on your professional and personal growth.
Yeah, and there's a huge difference. And you need to have this mind open to all those changes.
For sure.
When you are studying, when you are looking for a job, when you find a job, because it's not about the resume and the interview, it's about the probation period, keeping the job.
It's to sustain it. Yeah, those are important things. I think, yes, students can add a lot, especially international students, by understanding what are we looking for.
Yeah.
Understanding the culture, understanding the needs, and then going through this process of reflection and improving. And it's never ending. Okay, you will always learn something new. We have so many wonderful people around. They can always add some value.
How do you evaluate your students? Is there something different to what we are used in other countries? There's a difference because it's not the same when you are assessing one course than another. Each course is different, but in general, to share something.
Yeah, it depends on the needs. So, but we use different assessment methodologies, okay, that including pair up, think and share. So it's group engagement. It helps a lot. Case studies, problem-based learning, discussions, assignments, quizzes. So we have a great variety of tools in our toolboxes as instructors, okay, that we can engage students to see, okay, their learning process, and also to reflect with them, okay, where are you now, okay, and what are your needs? So it's a mixture of different activities, because all the courses, they are not designed just for a quiz or a test. Courses are designed for discussions, for problem-based learning. I really value a lot problem-based learning, case studies, okay, engagement with the group members, okay. So those types of activities are always very helpful in terms of when you want to assess the knowledge correctly. And it's not also only to assess the knowledge, it's also, are you providing this positive environment to the students so they can think about, and critical thinking, problem-solving skills, they're very important for us.
Yeah, those soft skills.
Yes.
And something I forgot to mention when you were talking about the resume, sometimes some international students are coming with 2 bachelor degrees, a master degree, and when they're looking for a job, they put all those things. Oh, I am expecting more money because I have this, and this education. Or sometimes we believe that we are more capable because we have more education than another colleague that went, that has just a bachelor degree, but we have other. Like, it's something that it's usually comes to conversations when we are discussing with international students, and the soft skills need to be considered rather than education.
It's a wonderful observation, Jhoceline. This is something that most of my students, they come up with that question, okay, how do I align with the requirements? I understand that sometimes we have very well-prepared, academically well-prepared people or students there. But again, with going back to this process of, is my education and the position that I'm applying for, it aligns the needs? So if you see, there's essential qualifications and desired knowledge, mostly in most of the job descriptions, okay? So adding everything that you have done, okay, sometimes I know the space and all that aspects, okay, but there's a little bit of understanding of switching what you used to do and your experience, and what have you done here as a student, and what have you achieved, and then using this to look for a job. So I think it's a process of understanding and understanding the job description. I'm not only asking for academic background, I'm also asking for a combination of soft and hard skills. I'm also asking for tasks. I'm also adding what actions, what did you do? What did you achieve?
How do you do it?
And what tools did you use to achieve it? So it's not about just academic perspective. It's a combination of experience, knowledge, action plan, or how did you use a software or something to achieve or provide a result. So knowledge is there, academic requirements are there, but there are so many other things that we need to highlight. I want to show or I want to discuss that with my employer, that I use those skills and I reached, or that was the result.
Yeah.
Okay. And they will ask you questions because they want to know more about you, not only your academic background, but also your knowledge of using those tools to reach at that result. So I think it's a great question. I do not have a formula type answer there, but there is like this exercise of, okay, let me switch now. Let me understand the job requirements of the Canadian job market. Okay, so sometimes it's a little bit of reflection there. You may understand in one day, or you never understand. Okay, so if you understand in one day, you will achieve your goals gradually. There is not like one day thing. And I will not, you have mentioned this, the salary piece. Salary piece is important because you have to sustain, no? You have to pay for your bills. But you can gradually grow and understand if I can sustain this growth or not. So financial piece is important, but I think there are other things that first of all you have to experience and live.
Yeah. And I bring this to the conversation because everything we mention here is based on what we hear from other newcomers. I would say newcomers because sometimes when people have been here for many years, they already know how many things work. But newcomers, 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, they are still, or we are still like getting into the system. And sometimes we come with that chip, with that way of thinking from our countries in different ways. And this is one. Aline, what is one challenge that you could mention that you notice with international students? I won't say with your students because you are a person open to the community, so you have different relationships, not only with your students. But what is one challenge that you would mention and bring an advice for those international students, for those people who want to come here, for those people who are already here?
First of all, I will say that set your goals, understand your expectations. I'm not saying that real or not, but there are some expectations that we have to work on. When we move, we can't think of, okay, that we will go there and the jobs are there and the good salary is there. You have to work for it. You have to prepare for it. So a balanced approach will help you understand what are my strengths and what are my opportunities. I can work on this to improve that piece, and I still need to work on some aspects. So what I will say is set your goals, understand the expectations, okay? If individually or if you're coming with a family, and then after start working on your goals progressively. This is not a marathon. Yeah. It is step by step. Yeah, it's not who comes first or arrives first or who is receiving more salary or got the better job for the moment. And if you will go on this step-by-step progression, you will be able to sustain your goals, your expectations, and then after grow personally and professionally. Yeah. It is a plan. So as you're planning to come, so plan to stay, okay, and adapt. And add the reflection piece there. This will always help you to understand that the reasons why I'm here and where would I like to go, and people who are there for me to take me to that place, I'm grateful for their mentorship, for their guidance, for their support, for their friendship. There are so many things that we have to value during this process. So there's no one-day type achievement formula out there. It's a step-by-step progression and achievements. Enjoy your small achievements and also work for the big things. Add value. Use your toolbox correctly, okay, and connect. And remember, give back to the society, okay? You have an opportunity to volunteer back. You have opportunity to use and share your experience with the newcomers now, because you were the newcomer, okay, last year, okay, this year, now you have some knowledge. You are senior. Yeah. Share it.
Reproduce what you got away.
Yes. So it will help you to recycle. So, and it's a cycle, okay? Receive it and give it back.
Yeah.
Respect. It will help to achieve a lot. Respect people, respect cultures, respect the knowledge that you are acquiring. Use it, share it, and enjoy your time as a great professional and a human being.
Thank you so much, Ali. And I would like to invite our audience, if you have any question about this topic, just leave it here in the comments, that we are going to take some time to answer all the questions, because sometimes the people are expecting other questions, which we can answer in the future.
For sure. That will be my pleasure. Remember to add positive attitude there.
In the questions?
In the questions. And you will see the difference. Not only the questions, okay? It's in everything. Your attitude is everything.
Thank you, everybody, for being here with us in each episode. See you in the next time. And don't forget to share and leave us a comment in this video. Thank you so much. See you next time and have a good day. Bye-bye.